Buying a Star Wars set is easy when you pick with your end goal in mind. It is hard when you start with the box art and hope it fits your life. This guide is built for one job. It helps you choose the next set that you will actually finish, display, and keep. Some sets are designed to be a centerpiece. Some are designed to be a long weekend project. Some are designed to be a quick win that keeps motivation high. If you choose the wrong kind first, you get a half-built model, a stressed shelf, and a sense that the hobby is not for you. We will filter the best choices into clear lanes. You will leave with one confident pick and a simple upgrade plan. The ranking is not about owning everything. It is about choosing one set that fits your space and your habits, then building from there with confidence. Empathetic: Star Wars has more premium sets than most themes, and that is the trap. The catalog mixes playscale ships, large display models, dioramas, helmets, and character builds. They look comparable on a store page, but they demand very different space, time, and patience. The wrong purchase usually comes from one of three mistakes. You buy the biggest model before you know your build rhythm. You buy a ship that looks perfect but does not fit your shelf depth. You buy a complex display set when you actually need a relaxing build with steady progress. A best ever list is only useful when it respects real constraints. This video ranks sets by decision type, not by hype. The goal is long-term satisfaction and long-term availability, not a short-term trend. When you choose a set that matches your life, you finish it, you display it, and you are more likely to return for the next build. The guiding rule is simple. First, decide what the finished model must do in your room. Then choose the build that matches your time budget. A display job is the role the set will play. Centerpiece means it owns a shelf and becomes a focal point. Shelf companion means it supports other models and can be moved easily. Narrative piece means it tells a scene and rewards close viewing. Build effort is not just piece count, it is also repetition, fragile geometry, and the amount of sorting you want to do. When you choose by display job first, you avoid the biggest regret. That regret is a beautiful set that you do not have a good place for. In the ranked path next, each lane starts with a display job and ends with a clear first pick. This approach keeps the hobby calm and keeps your collection coherent over time. This lane is for buyers who want a single statement piece and have stable display space. These sets are large, heavy, and best left assembled. If you want one iconic model that stays for years, the Millennium Falcon is the safest choice for long-term satisfaction. It has strong presence from every angle and a build that feels like a full project. If you want a more structured build with strong shape and less sprawl, the AT-AT is a better room fit. It reads cleanly at a distance and gives a clear sense of progress as you build upward. If your preference is sleek ship lines and a display that feels like a museum artifact, the Venator is the pick. It is about silhouette and scale. If you want a premium display ship with a calmer build rhythm and a strong base, the Razor Crest is the balanced option. In this lane you are choosing a long-term centerpiece, not a casual weekend build. This lane is for buyers with limited depth on shelves, or anyone who wants a display ship that can live near a workspace. The best choices here have clear silhouettes and stable stands. If you want the most recognizable hero ship shape, the X-Wing is the clean answer. It looks right from across the room and it does not require a huge footprint. If you prefer a sharper and more technical look, the TIE Interceptor is a strong pick. It is compact but feels premium because the lines are precise and the model rewards close viewing. If you want a display ship that feels like a sculpture and you like curved shaping, Luke Skywalker Landspeeder is a calmer build and fits many shelves. If you want a capital ship presence in a smaller form, the Executor gives that long wedge silhouette without taking over the room. Long this lane is the safest way to buy premium without needing a dedicated display room. This lane is for viewers who care more about atmosphere than size. Dioramas and scene builds feel finished early because the base forms quickly, then detail builds on top. If you want the most iconic original trilogy moment in a compact format, the Trench Run diorama is an easy recommendation. It has clear geometry and a display that reads as a scene. If you want a calmer and more organic build, the Dagobah Training diorama is a better fit. It uses texture, foliage, and small details that feel relaxing to place. If you want drama and symmetry, the Emperor Throne Room diorama is the strongest display statement in this lane. It looks sharp and stays tidy on a shelf. If you want motion and terrain, the Endor Speeder Chase diorama has energy and still stays compact. If you want the deepest story build and you have space for a wide footprint, Mos Eisley Cantina is a full environment. This lane is ideal when you want steady progress and a satisfying finish. This lane is for buyers who want a strong Star Wars identity on a shelf without committing to a massive ship. These builds are usually easier to place and easier to pause and resume. If you want a character build that feels like a companion piece, the Grogu build is the most approachable. It is a calm build and it looks friendly in a room. If you want a classic droid that fits almost any display, the R2-D2 build is a reliable choice. It has a clear shape and it reads well even on a smaller shelf. If you want bold presence with minimal footprint, the Darth Vader helmet is the strongest single icon. It is easy to pair with other helmets later. If you prefer modern Star Wars identity, the Mandalorian helmet is a clean and compact display option. If you want a lighter and more optimistic shelf mood, the Red 5 helmet adds a clear pop without needing extra space. This lane is the best entry point when you want to build confidence before a larger ship. Concerned. The biggest mistake is starting with a set that requires a perfect home before you even know if you enjoy long builds. Avoid choosing the largest centerpiece as your first Star Wars purchase if you do not already have a stable display plan. Large models are hard to move, hard to store, and stressful when you need to clear a table mid-build. Also avoid starting with a wide environment build if your shelf depth is limited. A cantina-style layout looks great, but it needs room in front and behind to feel intentional. Another common regret is buying a premium ship that you love in pictures but cannot view properly in your space. Long hulls can feel awkward when placed too high or too low. Finally, avoid buying for rarity or status. Your first purchase should be a set you want to see every day, not a trophy. Start with a clear lane, then upgrade when your space and time prove stable. If you want the safest premium Star Wars entry that fits most homes, start in the classic Starfighter lane. Choose the X-Wing for broad appeal, or the TIE Interceptor for a sharper look. These builds teach you your pace and give you a display result that feels complete. If you want a slower, more relaxing build with a compact display, start with a diorama. The Trench Run is the cleanest first choice because it reads immediately and stays tidy. If you want a small but high identity display, start with a helmet or a character build. R2-D2 is the safest all-around shelf piece in that lane. If you already know you want one centerpiece and you have the space, the Razor Crest is the most balanced museum lane start because it has presence without being the most demanding. Your best set is the one that matches your display job and your time budget. After your first Star Wars set, use one upgrade rule. Only upgrade in one dimension at a time. Increase size, or increase detail density, or increase build duration. Do not increase all three at once. If you started with a starfighter, your next step can be a diorama for story, or a helmet for identity, or a medium display ship for presence. If you started with a diorama, your next step can be a starfighter to add silhouette, then a larger ship when you have a stable shelf. If you started with a helmet or character build, your next step can be the X-Wing for a first ship, then a museum centerpiece when you are ready. When your space and habits are stable, then choose a true centerpiece like the Millennium Falcon, the AT, or the Venator. The channel has the next guide ready, so you can follow one lane without second guessing. Save this video as your decision map. Use it each time you feel pulled toward a random big purchase. A small plan beats a large impulse.